Welcome to the Mad Ad Podcast. Just your boy Suave. Thanks for stopping by. Max, relax. And today I'm about to get into something real interesting, man. I want to talk about why independent artists should not sign deals. No deals. Never sign. Don't sign a deal because once you sign a deal, depending on what you actually ink for, it's almost like selling your soul. Say you sign a deal for 20,000. Pretty much that's what your catalog's worth, man. And you put in all this work, all this dedication, it's definitely not worth it. I see a lot of young artists, they just sign themselves away. Up and coming people, they just boom, boom. I get a little buzz. Let me just sign. I've been waiting to buy my mom this car. I've been waiting to do this, buy a bust down. Man, it ain't worth it. Really think about it. If you already independent and you already caught fire, you're already like that type of artist where you're generating your own type of buzz, you really don't need a label to actually push your music. We all have social media platforms. We have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, all types of publications. And it's like, I don't see why would you want to reach out to a label that pretty much just takes artists for granted, unless you're a popping artist that already has a single that's buzzing, that's on Billboard, or it's just making noise, or generating your own money. Labels really don't want to speak to you, or A&Rs won't reach out to you because they don't see you as like an asset. They don't see you as something that's worth money. You want to make sure that you're taking care of what you need to do and just handling your business as an artist, and never ever sign to a label, especially if you're not all the way established. If you're taking an advance, it's the same as you taking a payday advance from a place that does loans. Or you know what I'm saying? You're getting credit cards and you just not paying them back. When it really comes down to it, it's like, yo, is it really worth the advance? Is it really worth it? I mean, if you a guy, you coming from the hood, you coming from nothing, you ain't got no bread, you ain't got no money, you know what I'm saying? It's hard not to sign, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard not to take that deal because you trying to come up in your deal, your situation, and it's like you want to make sure you can pay your bills, take care of your mom, take care of what you need to take care of as a man or as a woman, just as an artist all around. You want to contribute to the craft, contribute to the art. And if you sign to a label, 9 times out of 10, if you weren't reading the fine print, you might actually be getting finessed out of your loaf, out your money, out your bread. Because there's a lot of ways you make money through the music. You make money from your performances, your royalties, your checks from YouTube. If you're a YouTuber, you make money in so many facets and so many lanes as an artist. If you have a website and you have merchandise, you make a killing. You make money off this stuff. A thing I notice rappers do a lot, or artists, independent artists, they like to neglect the fact that you have intellectual property. If you created something and it's yours without a doubt, man, listen, it's not worth signing to a label and having them control your material, because especially if you're an artist and you making timeless music, you dropping hit after hit after hit, you don't want to end up like fucking Lil Uzi and you trapped on an island. You can't drop no music. You just looking like you crazy, pretty much. You can wear all the designer you want and do all that shit, but you still ain't dropping no music. Like, my nigga, that's part of your job, you feel me? You don't want to be an artist and the label got you just in a cave or in a sweatshop like OVO. Like, you don't never hear about OVO's artists or nothing like that. You know them, but I mean, their star artist is Drake. Like, yo, everyone knows Drake, but what about everybody else in the label? TDE, Dreamville, those guys, they actually like are showing off all their artists instead of just like, oh, let me just have this one guy as the front man, this, that, and the third. Everyone's art in those rap groups collectively just speak for themselves. Like, they all showcase their art. You can see like the difference between an artist that is just I'm gonna get a bag, that's all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna chase a bag, get money, fuck bitches. You can clear as day tell the difference between an artist that loves the craft and is just like doing what they gotta do to further their artistry. You don't want to be a rapper or unsigned artist and you just You're in it for the money. If you're in it for the money, you may be in it for the wrong reasons. Hip hop is about self-expression, showing what you got, showing where you came from, what's your story, what's your come up. Like, what mountain did you have to climb in order to get where you are today? And was it actually worth it? Did you set your price high enough? You know what I'm saying? Are you making the money that you really want to make? Are you living the dream that you said you want to live? That's a serious thing with a lot of artists. Some artists don't even notice how blessed they are. Like, why would you sign to a label if you've already grown your following organically? You didn't need no one to push anything for you. You put it on DistroKid. You put it on CD Baby. You put it all out on your own. There's no need for you to go sell your soul, go sign to a label. I mean, there's some good 360 deals out here where you make most of your money and, of course, it goes in the circle in the label, and that's just how it is. But for the most part, I would suggest to any up-and-coming artist, bro, don't sign to a label. If you've organically grown your following, whether it's through SoundCloud, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music, Tidal, no matter which way you grew your fan base or however you established it, if it is up and rolling, there is absolutely no reason for you to go sign to a label. They will not do anything for you. The only reason, just in my opinion, and I suggest an artist or a rapper go sign to a label, is when you're fully established. Clearly, when you feel like you've done everything you can as an artist and you've put out enough work and you've put a lot of time in the game, then of course, man, of course, you can go sign to any label you want. And make sure you just sign to a major label. Even start your own label, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how much money you've acquired, how much money you save, do you own any assets, you know what I'm saying? And you just expand your game through hip-hop. A lot of people have used hip-hop as a facet, as a lane to just pivot into movies and stuff like that. I mean, it's not easy at first. It's a pretty dirty game. It's a tough game. But when you actually get into it, it gets really, really, really simplistic. Because you just got to put in that work, have that consistency, and understand that this is just a stepping stone to something so much bigger. Like, why wouldn't you want to be independent anyway? Being independent, being in control of your own future, being in control of how much your business can grow and flourish, that is just an awesome feeling all in itself. Like, it's a major issue in the music industry. No matter if it's hip-hop, rock, pop, it doesn't even matter. There's always going to be someone trying to grab at your money and fuck with your intellectual property, or just try to take your royalties and, the little money that you should be accumulating as you go on as an artist. And it's terrible to see a lot of young artists miss out on that. And that was a problem in the 90s era, even in the 80s era of hip-hop. Like, a lot of major artists, I don't want to say they hating on the young dudes, but I noticed that, honestly, they just seeing these young dudes come up so fast, and they feel like, damn, why couldn't I came up so fast? But the older people, not all of them, but most of them, they don't even understand that, yo, it's just a different era, man. It's a different era, bro. It's the viral era, man. People get into the bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. It's been the Mad Ad Podcast with your boy Suave. Peace.